I'm 90 years old now. That sentence still feels strange to say out loud. Not because I'm afraid of it, but because I remember being young so clearly. When you're young, time feels endless. You don't notice it passing, because it hasn't started taking anything from you yet. I thought wisdom would arrive loudly, like a sudden realization, like a moment where everything finally made sense. But that's not how it works. Understanding comes quietly, often too quietly to notice until years have already passed. When I was younger, I believed I understood life. I believed I understood health. I believed I understood what mattered. I was wrong. I didn't waste my life, but I misunderstood it. I thought strength meant pushing harder. I thought success meant staying busy. I thought rest was laziness. I thought stress was proof of importance. I believed my body was something that would always be there. Until one day it wasn't. Not all at once. Not dramatically. It didn't collapse. It simply began to whisper. Recovery took longer. Sleep felt lighter. Energy faded faster than it used to. But I ignored the whispers. Most of us do. Because the world rewards noise. It rewards speed. It rewards sacrifice. No one teaches you how to listen. I drank what everyone drank. I ate what was convenient. I skipped rest because there was always more to do. And nothing terrible happened right away. That's the most dangerous part. Damage doesn't announce itself. It accumulates. I wish someone had told me this earlier. Your body keeps score, even when you're not paying attention. Every late night. Every skipped meal. Every stressful morning you push through. You think you're strong because you can tolerate it. But tolerance is not resilience. Resilience is recovery. I didn't understand that difference until much later. I believed aging was something that simply happened to you. That one day you wake up old. But aging is not an event. It is a slow conversation between your choices and your biology. Every day your body is responding, adapting, adjusting. And when the signals are confusing, the body becomes confused too. I spent decades sending mixed messages. Work harder. Sleep less. Eat faster. Ignore pain. Ignore fatigue. My body listened. And one day it answered back. Not with anger. Not with punishment. But with limits. Limits I didn't know I was building. If I could speak to my younger self, I wouldn't tell him to stop living. I would tell him to live with awareness. Because awareness changes everything. There is something no one explains when you're young. Your body is not fragile. But it is honest. It reacts to patterns, not intentions. I intended to be healthy. I intended to slow down later. I intended to take care of myself. When things calmed down, they never did. And the body does not wait for intentions to become actions. It responds to what you repeat. I learned, far too late, that health is not built in moments of crisis. It's built quietly in ordinary days. In what you eat when no one is watching. In how you breathe under stress. In how you sleep when you're tired but still scrolling. I didn't ruin my body with one mistake. I wore it down with thousands of small ones. And yet, here is the part that still surprises me. The body tries to protect you. Even when you treat it poorly. It adapts. It compensates. It finds ways to keep going. Until it can't anymore. People think aging is about loss. But much of aging is about miscommunication. The body is asking for clarity, regular meals, real rest, natural rhythms, signals it understands. Instead we give it chaos, artificial light at night, stress first thing in the morning, food stripped of context, and then we blame age. I blamed age for things that were really habits. I blamed time for what was actually neglect. Not intentional neglect, but unconscious neglect. I wish I had understood this. Health is not something you deserve. It is something you cooperate with. The body is not your enemy. It is your partner. But partnerships fail without listening. The irony is, the older you get, the more clearly the body speaks. Pain becomes specific. Fatigue becomes instructive. Discomfort becomes information. When I was younger, I drowned out those signals. Music, caffeine, distraction. I called it productivity. Now I call it avoidance. I don't regret working hard. I regret working without wisdom. Because wisdom is not knowing more. It's needing less. Less stimulation. Less urgency. Less noise. The body heals best in simplicity. I learned that too late. But not too late to understand it. And if you're listening to this now, it's not too late for you either. If I could begin again, I would live slower, but deeper. I would not wait for exhaustion to rest. I would not wait for pain to listen. I would not wait for illness to care. I would treat ordinary days as important. Because ordinary days are what build your future body. I would eat as if my body were listening. Because it is. I would start my mornings calmly. Without rushing. Without panic. I would protect my sleep like something sacred. Because it is. Sleep repairs what effort breaks. I would respect rhythms, light, dark, hunger, rest. Not perfectly, but intentionally. And I would stop believing that pushing harder makes me stronger. Strength comes from recovery. The most important thing I learned at 90 is this. Longevity is not about fighting time. It is about aligning with it. The body wants to last. It wants balance. It wants clarity. Most people never give it the chance. They wait until something goes wrong. I waited too long. But I did learn. And now, at the end of my life, I see something clearly. The small things were never small. The mornings. The meals. The rest you postpone. The stress you normalize. These are the architects of your future. If you remember nothing else from this, remember this. You don't need to overhaul your life. You need to listen earlier. Because the body is always speaking. And it forgives more than you think. If you begin before it's forced to shout,